This is the Glencorrig Mountain Bike Centre in South Wales. This is about 7-8 miles off the M4 near Swansea, Port Talbot in the Athland Forest here. This is the Whites level here, so we're starting on the top right hand corner, and you can get this map on the internet if you want it. I'd come up for a few days to do some biking, and this ride was the main ride I came to do because I haven't done it before. So just a few shots of the river on the flat section, and then it goes back uphill and hits the old railway line, which you can also cycle, and then it's going to be straight up for the next 2 hours for me it was. And it's following the Skyline, which is the other big ride which I did last year, which is also on YouTube, which is a longer ride than White's level, but it shares the same uphill section to begin with. Check on the website if any parts are closed. You can see on the sign there that it was closed. Part of it was closed for Skyline the day I did it. I think this is one of the best uphill sections I've ever done. It's beautifully designed, and zigzags its way up through the forest. And it's quite a long climb. It's quite intense. You could probably do it in an hour if you did it non-stop, but I was stopping to film, of course. My Skyline film from last year didn't really show all the forest on the climb up section, so this film shows a lot more of it, and there's some really great HD shots, like these shots of the rocks here and the streams. You can really see the details. I've got really high hopes for this film, and I think it should look really good. Most of this climb is within the forest, and you can see the way it clings to the side of the hill. So it's really spectacular downhills you get to see. And here's another HD moment, so hopefully this should look absolutely fabulous on HD on YouTube. I was looking at my Kumkar movie in a Mac in the Apple shop, which is probably a lot newer than my Mac, and it looked absolutely stunning, the film. And this film should look even better, because this is taken the day after, but the weather is actually even better. So I have high hopes for this film. So here we're starting to get some viewpoints here, and you can see how high we are already. And you can looking across the valley and looking down back to the road and to the river. So quite a lot of effort's been done already, and there's still more to do, because you can see look how high it is to go. So you've got some great autumn colours here. And you can see the terrain of the track, it changes as you go along. It's different. It's rideable virtually the whole way. Look how steep it is to going up. So here's one of the big viewpoints, looking back down the valley. You can see the cycle path. That's the Whites level actually finishes down there, just where it bends. Yeah, just there on the bend, I think it was. Yeah, you can just see the track there on the right hand side above the cycle track, and that's where it ends. So when it comes to the end of the film, on the second part, it's looking back here. This is where this was shot. This is a good view. Pretty high up, huh? But we barely started, and we're probably about halfway to the top of the climb, so it's still a long way to go. Here's one of the switchbacks here, and it opens up again to another stunning view. So you just stand and gasp and look at these views. They're fabulous views. I took I've got some fairly reasonable small binoculars, so that adds to the experience as well. Still looks like there's a fair way to go. Yeah, you see here, looking down, back down. Look, see how steep it is. That's why it takes so long. It's got to zigzag up at a reasonable gradient. Yeah, it's a good view, isn't it? There's still more climbing though. Hope you're not getting too bored. It's much better to ride it than to watch it, I have to say. And it's all signposted, by the way, so it's quite difficult to get lost. And it's got gates there to stop people motorbiking. And you can see the texture of the track. It's steady going. When it goes on to, there's a few sections of forest road, and they are actually the toughest because they're steeper and they're rougher. Yeah, you can see where it flattens out here and gives you think you're at the top, but you're not. So then it comes up to the next viewpoint, which I stopped here to have a bit of food as well. You can see the field there, and then the trees. Then it goes down, so you get that sense of how the ride goes. It's almost in two parts, the climb. Here's me. Because I was stopping, I wasn't completely out of breath, so I was in pretty good shape. And I'd ridden the day before as well, so September's usually my peak month for being fit. Although this is not the top, this is the point with the best views. So when you get to the end of this film, you may be a little disappointed at what you see. So if you actually ride it, when you get to this point and you want to see the views, this is the place to stop. So this is looking back down the valley. In the distance there you come, you get down to the South Wales corridor. And there's still more climbing. Look at the way the trees have changed here, now that we're higher up. Nearly at the top. Took me 2 hours to get to this point here. As you come out, here's another warning on the skyline, so check the website if you're watching the film in the future. And it comes out the top here, and the skyline splits, and then White's Levels goes its separate way as well. So the views at the top's not too bad, but it's probably best to stop on the way up and check out the views, which are a lot more spectacular. If you carry on the skyline a few more minutes, you get another terrific view looking north. They're really good. But I'm going to end this film here, and you're looking towards the down section, so you're going to go underneath those windmills. So I'll put that on a separate film.